Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Total War. We're in the north. We're still trying to take care of Al-Velothi. I've decided to send a few dreamers from the neighboring towns in there to try and bolster up the garrison. There's that one time. Okay, I got the time that I can't talk out of the way early this time. So hopefully that won't continue. This religious unrest is still really high, but hopefully that'll start going down soon, since we're now like just over the cusp of 50% our religion. I'm not sure when that really starts to plummet and you know, become good. But now we have, what else do we have here? We have a rebel force here that's probably driving down this position as well. But I think they're pretty strong. Yeah, 2016 cavalry, bunch of Ashline units. I don't really feel comfortable taking them on with like dreamers. I have a bunch of dreamers in here. So maybe I'll take them out with my northern force that I'm about to build to send up here towards Solstheim and start taking on those lands as well. Hopefully grab those from the rebels before something else happens to them. And then that force can start moving south and kind of reunifying our lines here. Anyways, I'm going to start training that force, I think. I'm not sure where yet. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to turn Dagoth Velos around again. He's going to start heading north. I'm going to train an army maybe up here in Mount Doom. What do we have available to us? Ooh. Actually, I don't need to do that. I have another general's bodyguard. Bodyguard? Okay, never mind. I'm not done failing to speak yet. I have another general's bodyguard that I can train there. So yeah, he can keep going where he was going. I'm going to train that general's bodyguard in Mount Doom. And I'll also train him a little bit of... I want it to be a little bit inexpensive. I don't want it to be super expensive. I do want him to have a ballista. That's going to slow him down making it up there, but it will make it so that he can take those towns out quickly. If all goes well. He might need 2 ballistas actually, so maybe it's not worth it, but whatever. So what should our force be comprised of? Fairly inexpensive. How much are these guys to maintain? Upkeep 190. Okay, they're only 10 more upkeep, and they're significantly more powerful, it looks like. Oh, but the Ash zombies are the same upkeep. Ooh, what is this? I didn't realize the Corpus Lames were like as good as Ash Zombies. Oh, no they're not, because they only have 150 soldiers. Okay, yeah, Ash Zombies are superior. We're going to train a bunch of Ash Zombies. That's what this army is going to be comprised of. And then I think, yeah, these guys are going to take 2 turns. The general's going to take 3 turns. So we can start a little bit extra in terms of recruitment as well. Some 1-turn guys. So I'd like a curate. Definitely, I'd like a curate. In order to kind of start converting this island up here, Solstheim, into our religion once we get up there. Anyways, I think that's all the preparations for the north that I want to take care of this turn. Now, down in the south is where everything's really hitting the fan. We have this new general we just picked up, Dagoth Milan. He was promoted after winning a battle, a decisive victory up here against some rebel force ex-tribunal dudes who went rogue when Sothasil kind of mysteriously vanished. Apparently he's dead, at least we believe him to be dead, but he was just sitting here in Davon's watch not 1 or 2 turns ago, and he suddenly vanished, taking the tribunal with it. Now the tribunal are just considered a bunch of rebels without leaders. And all of their territory, you can see down here on the mini-map, that vast swath of gray, it's all turned rebel. That used to be tribunal territory. Anyways, now it's kind of a land grab between us and this little alliance of Hlalu and Dres down here. We've kind of gotten the jump on them, it looks like. We've already put Davon's Watch under siege with Milan, though he does not have very much of an advantage coming into this fight. He definitely is a little bit understaffed. And he's just going to have to wait these guys out their 6 turns until they surrender, it looks like. But then down here on the western coast, we have Necrom under siege. Dagoth can actually attack this turn, which he will do so. And we also have Dagoth Muth is coming to reinforce, heading straight for the Taldaic fortress to hopefully take advantage after all these forces are weakened in battle. Maybe he can get himself a nice decisive victory, and if he could win against all these major forces of Dres and maybe that major force of Hlalu as well, then that would give us a major advantage in this war going forward. So with all that said and the priest wall re-erected here in, what is this place called? Necrom? Sullen Vilgate? Whatever. I think it's time to finally fight this battle. Dagoth can siege Necrom immediately. Let's see what kind of defenders we're about to face off against. We shall slaughter them. And, me lord, I guess they're talking to Dagoth you know, whatever. Captain Draurus, he's alright, they're just led by a captain, a bunch of militia. This is going to be a slaughter. Yep, they weren't kidding. And as if things didn't look bad enough for these guys already, they have the worst possible fortress. So we're just going to slaughter them with mages. It's not even really going to be close. That's unfortunate for them. As the fireballs rain in, this is not their most glorious day. Yeah, the tribunal, what's left of it, is falling by the dozens here. Every single strike. Man, and they can't afford to lose any more dudes, that's for sure. Well, they do have another bunch over here. Anyways, they're just rebels. This is basically how the battle's going to go. I'm just going to skip to the end. It looks like our ballista crews might actually get a few shots off here as well. Yep, there they go. Nice. Actually can they hit something? Practice their aim. Ooh, I think they might have as well. I think they might have hit a couple of them. And in come Dagoth Ur's personal bodyguard to finish it off as per tradition. Oh wow, they have massive swords. I didn't realize how big Dagoth Ur's sword was compared to his body before. Anyways, yeah, these guys won't last very long. There they go.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this,
we're winning the battle. I thought we'd already won the battle. Is there someone still alive somewhere? Apparently there is. I don't know where he is though. Oh, there he is. He's just standing here. Okay. Kill them. Him. He blended in with the ground with his brown army. Armor. Ooh. I just finished eating some nachos, so maybe that's messing with my breathing a little bit. I can't speak today, but then I can't speak any day, so it's cool. It's nothing new. Men lost 0. Oh, we didn't get that one guy down that we always get. That's a shame. Experience gained. No one. That seems obvious. Of course, no one would gain experience with that one. So we are indeed going to go ahead and exterminate because we need Dagoth Ur moving straight on from here to his next target. This one happens to be right by the coast, so maybe he just gets back on board the ship. Maybe that'll make it faster. Although, if he does that, he's going to reach this place before Dagoth Muthas does. So if he goes by land, they should kind of meet up around here, and then they can join forces around this area and fight. Then again, maybe they fight better individually. Maybe we don't want that happening. Last time that happened, it wasn't pretty. And Lord Dagoth Ur, Lord Dagoth Ur, Lord of Terror. That's more like it. Warlord of Terror. Let me see his name in here. Lord Dagoth Ur, Lord of Terror, faction leader. Brilliant. Best name ever. So yes, Dagoth Ur just walks straight through Necrom. One turn, no problem. He doesn't even break his stride. He's got most of his army back. He's leaving one unit of Ash zombies behind. I merged them together and just left like the leftovers there to secure the town. But his army is starting to dwindle a little bit with all the troops he's leaving behind and all the settlements he conquers, so maybe that's a little bit of a concern. Anyways, he is just going to get on the ship because he doesn't have much space to move. And those ballistas that he has with him are going to slow him down walking along land down here. And I think Dagoth Muthas is going to head down here and build some more watchtowers, actually, while he waits for Dagoth Ur to head around that way. He's just going to take a little bit of a slight detour and build some watchtowers along the borders so we can see what's going on. And then he's going to continue down this way, maybe building watchtowers along the coast, because this will be our territory soon and we're going to need those. Actually, never mind. I just realized you can only build watchtowers in your own territory. I forgot about that. So he can't build watchtowers on the way down, sadly. But maybe if he goes around here building the watchtowers here, Lord Dagoth Ur can take his force down. I don't know, that's a lot of enemy troops. I don't know if he can win that. We'll see how damaged they are from their fight with the rebels down here. If they're really damaged, then maybe I'll just take Dagoth Ur down himself and take them out. I mean, I can launch night attacks and kind of divide and conquer between these forces. I can use that strategy to my advantage, so maybe Dagoth Ur can take them all out on his own. So if that's the case, if I feel like Dagoth Ur can do it on his own, I'm just going to send Dagoth Muthas around here building watchtowers in the territories we've already conquered. And then if Dagoth Ur can just walk straight through Taldaic Fortress like he did Necrom, around the time Muthas is finished building these watchtowers, then he can head down along the coast and build those watchtowers there. And I really do want watchtowers all along this western coast, because once we're at war with the Tamriel Empire, they happen to have, let me zoom out a little bit, straight from their capital city, this inlet or whatever that leads down straight to the sea, where they can attack us by sea route here, which I expect them to do. So I want to be able to see that coming all along the coast. And also I wonder, just out of curiosity, I have a couple diplomats doing nothing here. This will not work, but I'm going to try it anyways. Let's see if we can bribe, what do you call it? I forget the name of this fortress, damn. Does it say it on here? No. Well, let's see if we can do it anyways. Just rejected. No, he was actually close to accepting that. Interesting. I expected that just to be turned down flat, honestly. Ebonheart Castle, that's the name of it. Yeah, I'm forgetting because Ebonheart is down here. That's Ebonheart Castle. Gotcha. Why would they put the castle of Ebonheart on the opposite end of a river? I'm really not sure. But there you have it. Mount Doom offering a Morag Tong headquarters. Yep, absolutely. That's the best guild that we have so far. That will allow us to train more assassins yet, which will be very useful in the future. It seems like all the factions that have been wiped out so far have been from all their faction members dying, so maybe assassins are going to be really useful in this game. And Mount Doom has grown too. It just says capital. It doesn't, unfortunately, doesn't say what level city it is. Does it? Stone wall. Blah 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 blah. No, I don't see anything. Well, that's unfortunate. And I don't know what it is. I think it's just like a small city. Anyways, let's build some mines. I think that seems smart to build in a mountain range. Let's see what that gives us. Ooh, yeah, 857 mining and plus 123 from administration. That seems like a very smart choice. That's going to get us a lot of money. Now in Vivek, I'm feeling like this war is going to happen pretty soon between us and the Empire, so I'm just going to go for the heavy armor over the dockyard for the time being, so we can upgrade our best troops. I think that's probably the way to go. Vivek, yeah, that's what we just did. Margon, finish some stuff. We can build, don't really need any of that stuff. I guess a brothel. And this is Lothanis. That's going to be one of the Telvanni territories, or ex-Telvanni territories, where, yeah, it's just so lawless. We build a port and we get 45 plus from trade and lose 134 from corruption. So we got to get rid of corruption. And I don't know the ins and outs of this game, but I think a town hall helps to do that. Like, I think the blinking icon means the corruption is going down by that much. I'm not sure exactly. Whereas I don't know what the difference is. Like, if you know what the difference is, let me know. See, like, we have a clear icon up here for health. That means it's going to add that, but if it's a flashing icon, it means it's going to take something away. So, like, the corruption is going to go down. I think that's how it works. It would just make sense that that's how it works, since we're adding law. And then Proloris, another ex-Telvanni settlement, is the same way. We just got to build town halls in all these places and get them. We got to get rid of this lawlessness of the Telvanni here. This first come, first serve nonsense. We're the 6th house now, and we're going to do things the 6th house way, which is basically just following everything I say, without question. Then again, Dagoth is in a ship right now, so maybe we don't need to send Muthas down here to build watchtowers. Maybe he can mostly do this stuff on his own with the ship. They can just carry him, and he can just plant watchtowers like so. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Nope, you build watchtower. Beautiful, nice. Oh, and Tel Dake Fortress has fallen to the Dres, and they started to move their army in this direction. Interesting. Maybe they're planning on going and attacking our force over here. In that case, that's a little bit worrying. I don't really want to move this force away. Am I training? Yes, I'm training a ship in this harbor, so soon we'll be able to ferry troops to and fro from Vivek to Ebonheart. And that'll be very nice. We can reinforce them more easily. And I also can't help but notice that the Dres capital is right down here on the coast. That's where Admiral Dagoth Bemin is heading to blockade their port. Alright, things are looking up in Al-Velothi. We've moved our religious percentage up to 58% in the region, and now they're blue-faced instead of red-faced, which I think is good. They're still rebelling, but hopefully that will stop shortly in this case, and it can only go up from here. Oh, I see the advantage of the Corpus Lame over here. Let me move over to Mount Doom so I can compare the two. Yes, the advantage of the Corpus Lame over the Ash Zombies, it looks like, is that you can recruit them in one turn. So if I do that, one turn recruitment, you can see their time to recruit. And if I put an Ash Zombie, 2 turns to recruit. So the Ash Zombies are better, and once you train them to the same upkeep, so it's better to have Ash Zombies. But if you need fast units, Corpus Lames, you can train 5 of them in one turn. So I'm actually going to go ahead and move this assassin down towards Vivek, I think, because when that ship's ready, maybe that thing can ferry my troops up north towards Solsteam. And maybe actually that will be my army instead of being up here. So I could relocate these guys. Oh, I have to reconsider this. I didn't really consider how I was going to get them up there. And then again, I could just train the army here, move them up here towards Al-Velothi, crush them, and then have some of these guys join on a ship, go up here, and then they'll meet up around Al-Velothi, and then move to Solstheim. I think that's how I'm going to do it. Alright, so Necrom might be in a little bit of trouble next turn, because it looks like the fear, possibly from Dagoth being there last turn, is still having some effect on them. I'm not sure where that's coming from. I'm assuming it's from Dagoth. I would have thought it would disappear when he left, but I guess not. The fear is still controlling them, or maybe that's Muthas now that he's in the territory. Either way, I don't think that's a permanent thing. So I think we need to build some things to keep this place under control. And it looks like an Altar of Visions just does that straight up. Awesome. So yeah, Altar of Visions is definitely the way to go. And Necrom, looks like a Thieves Guild's trying to come to Necrom. Sure, why not? Necrom is way... Oh, I'm over here following my... Oh, while we're over here, let's see how far we can get. Who's this? Orcish Navy. Ooh, they're blockading a port of Wayrest, so the Orcs and Wayrest are at war, for sure.
Yes, my lord.
And we'll have to find out what's going on out here. They're in the sea somewhere. How did they get in here? I don't see any Orcish towns. Are they up north, maybe? Undead.
Yes,
Oops, no, don't go up there. Keep going in this direction, please. I don't know where the Orcs are. I don't see them anywhere. But they apparently have access to the water from somewhere. Ooh, Dagoth Dreyless over here in Vivek has picked up some fine armor. That is wonderful. Where does he get at? I think he gets that from... Yeah, when we start constructing the heavy armor, I think any general in that town, or maybe just the governor, gets that trait, fine armor, which is +4 to their hit points, which is just wonderful. I wonder if I could pass my other generals through there and get them the armor as well. I don't know. Let's see if I can send Araines, Dagoth Araines, back into Vivek and see if he gets that trait as well. I'm not sure how that works. So we've got a new assassin here. What's his name? Dagoth Vaynor. Vaynor? Wish I knew how to pronounce these names. Anyways, Dagoth Vaynor. I just kind of said it both ways there. Vaynor. He's going to head up north. And what's his chance of taking out good old Darius the Cuckold here? 39%. Go for it. How good is he? Like 4 subterfuge? Yes, 4 subterfuge. So if he can manage that, then that'll be the last Imperial general on the island of Vardenfell taken care of, out of the equation, and then we just have a bunch of their troops left to drive out when the time comes. So the Dres have moved up to Davon's watch. It looks like maybe they'd been planning to take it, but they didn't know I was besieging it yet. So now they're just kind of standing here awkwardly outside of it while we still lay siege. 4 turns to surrender. We'll see what they do. They do have a general in their midst. No, that's the wrong force. Dres, who is this guy? Lord Garon the Cruel. He's pretty darn good, it looks like. So maybe he's a good target for our assassin. And thanks to our spy, we can also see they have some reinforcements heading up. So he's probably planning to attack us fairly shortly. Maybe. What kind of reinforcements do we have in the city right now? I don't know. We'll see if Dagoth Milan, our new general, can withstand this kind of firepower from the Dres. He does have some mages. Maybe if he gets a good deployment on a hill, he might be able to hold out. We'll see. It's going to be really tough for him. But we're not going to be able to get reinforcements until at least next turn. We're going to start sending them on their way, because our ship will take 1 more turn to complete before we can start sending reinforcements over to their side of the river. That's going to be a little bit tough. And our assassin does have a general, looks like, to take care of here. 85% chance. Don't die. All right, good. He did it. Good work. Now that's another Dres general down, biting the dust. Good stuff. I wish I would have checked his name first. Now I don't even know who I killed. Assassinate. Oh, here it is. Velm Sadries. This person is no longer a threat. So he is down for sure. Oh, Master of Assassins. Lord Dagoth, Lord of Terror, is now Master of Assassins as well, which increases his personal security even more, as if he needed it, and gives him a 20% discount on agent training costs. Interesting. Cool. And it looks like that might be overall. I think this is for like the leader of the faction. So overall, every agent I train would be like 20% decreased cost, I think. Anyways, can I check what my odds would be? 18%, not great. Is that like the Grand Master? That's the faction heir. He's not the Grand Master of the faction. I think I got a better chance of beating him in battle, honestly. I don't want to risk my assassin on that. So we're just going to keep, I think, I can't send my spy too far because I want to keep a vision on. No, he's got to keep a vision on these forces. But I can send my assassin southwards to see what he can see. Alright, we got Dagoth Muthas coming up along the coast by land, and Dagoth coming by sea, being carried by Admiral Dagoth Livu. And then down here, is this the turn when we can blockade this port? It is. So we can blockade that port, hopefully get whatever this reward was. I think it was like units. You'll be rewarded with some of the best units currently available. Hopefully that's Dreamer Swordsman at my capital. That would be perfect timing to get some Dreamer Swordsman at Mount Doom. Then I could combine them with this force that is just finishing up training the general, and then send them out up north, and that would definitely strengthen my northern army. Anyways, we're up to 58% Cult of Dagoth over 50% means it's time to move on. We're going to advance the priest wall here into, what's this territory? Central Morrowind. We're moving into Central Morrowind at this point. We're really into the mainland now. I just love the way this looks. We have like our wall of, this is the border. This is the border of the 6th house here. Up in northern Morrowind. It all belongs to us now, except for those damn Imperials that just won't go away. But yeah, I like this wall right here. And we got this advancing massive wall of priests, along with reinforced by the General Dagoth Muthas, with several heroic victories under his belt. And then in the sea over here, just kind of scouting ahead, Dagoth It's a nice organized advance. And in Al-Velothi, we're almost there. Almost breaking even. Oh, it's so close. Alright, that tax bonus, though. We're going to have to keep it on low taxes for a while, but we're almost there. Alright, it's happening. The Dres have decided to come at us. Looks like with just the one army, though. Interesting choice. They didn't wait for their reinforcements. Let's see what they have. This is our first fight against the Dres, so I don't know what their units are. They have some militia. Just, ooh, archer militia. Not even Morrowind archer militia. What's the difference? They have... I think they are slightly better than Morrowind Archer Militia, but I'm not sure. They have 2 missile attack. I think the other ones just had 1. Anyways, they don't have many of them, so it doesn't matter. What's this guy's bodyguard look like? And what does his stats look like? This is Lord Garin, the Cruel, their faction heir. He's a Dunmer, heir apparent, noble in battle, great commander, cruel ruler, very cultured, master trader, total incompetence. Wait, he's a master trader, but he's totally incompetent. How does that even... What? Okay, Master Trader, plus 30% bonus on all trade income. Total incompetence, 10% penalty on all trade income. So he's a great trader, but he's also a terrible trader. Okay, then. Active builder, intelligent, religious, so on and so forth. It just keeps going. Yeah, the generals in this game just have massive lists of traits. And here are the Dres Generals Bodyguards, 15, 16. Decent. Nothing too amazing, though. They do have, like, the Dres emblem, which I think is actually a chain. Is the Dres emblem actually just a chain? Are they literally the Slaver faction? Is that their entire identity? So, they have a lot of... Wow, they have some really veteran units. This general is... What is that? 6 chevrons of experience. 3, 4, 5 chevrons. 7 chevrons, a few of them, although these guys are pretty heavily damaged. How good are these guys with 7 chevrons? They're 9-9 down with 1 chevron, and 11-8. Wait a second. What? Are these the same? These are both Dres Light Infantry. Oh, because these guys have armor upgrades, so they have better armor. It looks like their experience only affects their attack, if I had to guess. And yeah, each unit of armor boosts their defense by 1. I don't think that's how it worked in the base game. We'll have to see. They have some pretty strong archers, missile attack of 5. So maybe that's something to look out for, although they only have 2 units of them and one of them is heavily depleted. I think generally speaking, on a 1-to-1 ratio, our units have theirs outclassed, it looks like. They just have a lot more than we have. So, I don't know, our mages will have to focus down. It looks like maybe the general's bodyguard. Who else should I focus on? Dres Spearmen are pretty good, maybe them. Basically just the Dres professional units here. These guys aren't so amazing. These Dres light infantry and the Dres, maybe the Dres bowmen are a little bit scary. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But let's just start the battle and we'll just play our cards. So we're just deploying along the road. It looks like they're attacking us up the road. So we'll let's take a closer look at their units, see how different they are. They are still using like the bone mold armor. Ooh, yeah, our mages. Wow, that hurt. They are still using bone mold armor, but I think they have all different shapes. Like all the house has their own peculiar shape of bone mold, which is really cool. I like that a lot. Yeah, this is like the Dres variation on it. Awesome. And then over here, where can we find their light infantry? There they are. Oh, they look really neat as well. They almost have like little rabbit ear hats. Interesting. They don't have any of their special unit, which is like, I think they're like dual sword wielding slavers dudes, like slave hunters I think they're called. I remember seeing them in the main menu when I checked their faction. They don't have any of those guys. They're just gonna get wrecked by my mages for the time being, and I'm happy with that. Looks like they're into charge range. Here they come. I'm gonna keep targeting the general, I think, because he's the most dangerous unit. If I can get some of those guys down, that'd be nice. Do they have 2 hit points? They might very well have 2 hit points, these general bodyguard. I should have checked the hit points. They might be tougher than I thought they were, because I'm hitting them directly and they are not dying, which is a little bit scary. Maybe the faction heir has a trait that adds hit points to the general's bodyguard. In which case, I think I'm right in focusing them down before they make it to us. At least I can take some hit points off of them before they make it to us, so they can actually, you know, die when we fight them. Okay, they're just standing there. If they want to stand there and skirmish, I'm happy to oblige them that. We'll just keep firing into this big blob, I guess, with our mages for the time being, until they decide they want to come and face us. They are going to charge. Let's send these guys around the flank, and these guys into them. In that case, and I don't have enough units to flank around this side, so I just have to play that as I can. And they're gonna have to face off against them. They can face off against them. Maybe run my general down there, but I don't want to do that until I absolutely have to. Is this these are Dres bowmen, Dres light infantry? Fire into the general for them. All right, now you guys can go and take on that light infantry unit. These guys won't break, so I can at least hold them off for a while my mages take care of these back lines for us. Yeah, this is gonna be a close one, I feel like. I don't know, these guys can fight in melee combat too, so if they do make it through our forces and to them, they can fight as well. But I don't really want my new general to die in his first fight. I don't know, we'll see. I gotta have faith in him. That's all I can do at this point. We need him in the fight. So, are you actually firing? Like, you should be firing. Or are you not? Fire your missiles. There we go. That's much better. Yeah, much better indeed. Alright, so we are beating down their light infantry. That's good news. We have just the numbers on them, and I think a slight strength advantage plus morale. We have infinite morale. So that's good. Their general's bodyguards are coming in. I think they have multiple hit points, but we've taken a good number of them out with our mages on the way in. So hopefully we can deal with them. And this flank is starting to break, so we can when these guys break, we can send them around the flank and whack the general in the back.
Enemy are badly bloodied. They have
Oh, the enemy has lost half their men. The tide of battle is kind of evening out here, which is good. Although my mages can't quite fire over the top of them, looks like. Oh wait, yes they can. There we go. It just took them a little while. We're good. False alarm. Meanwhile, these guys, come on, you guys gotta break. Break already. Come on. Are they even... They're eager? How can they be... Oh no, I'm looking at my guys. They're still eager. How many of them are left? How can they be eager? They're getting wrecked by zombies here. Okay, general's retreating. Looks like he might have noticed that this flank's about to break, and he wants to get out of there. Yeah, there's not many of them left, but it looks like they have really high morale, these Dres light infantry. They just keep on fighting. Okay, now in that case, are you still firing at them? Okay, let's fire at the ones who are tightly packed together. Maybe we can get some more casualties casualties going on there. And these guys are actually... Oh, okay, never mind. They're retreating far enough behind lines where I think we can hit them, so let's fire at them instead. And, okay, they're routing. Awesome. Now we can wrap it up. You guys just charge the archers, I think. And then you roll around the flanks. Actually, no, just everyone roll around the flanks. We gotta help the general here. Helping the general is the top priority. This guy, our mages can take out the enemies here. Alright, and this flank is breaking too. Awesome. Looking good. So we are winning the battle, it looks like. Our mages can take out their archers. It's kind of their job at this point. Take out those Dres, everyone. Alright, those generals are just gonna wreck this Ashbon unit, unfortunately. Can I get some help up there for them? That would be nice.
Lord have mercy.
What does this look like? Yeah, we'll just send these guys up. We don't really need them on the front lines, so we'll send them up to help take out that general. Maybe we can save those Ashbon units. Alright, everyone's breaking. Everyone to the general. fight their general, and the mages can take care of the rest. Awesome. Okay, we're wrapping this up now. It looks like we got it. Fortunately, it looks like their archers did manage to take out one of our ash spawn, which is unfortunate. Yeah, that's too bad. They are they firing at the ash spawn? It looks like they're actually firing at these guys, which is good news for me. I would much rather them fire at my ash spawn swordsmen than my ash spawn mages. Let's see, how are we looking here? Alright, these generals are pretty tough. Defeat seems certain though. It looks like we're winning this one. And we just need our generals to reinforce that side. We don't really have enough guys left for a flank. Yep, take out the Dres bowmen, I suppose. Now they're firing on the ash spawn again. Bad news, bears. Gotta take out these Dres bowmen, they're the most dangerous. The militiamen probably won't be able to do anything to us. Yeah, the Dres bodyguards here are... Oh, they've decided to run away. Never mind. They're not running. They're just marching. They were doing very, very well considering how vastly they were outnumbered. I think it's their faction heir is giving them some boosts. That must be what it is. Hopefully they can't escape. If they start running away, I don't have anything to chase them down. All I have are my... Oh, they ran away. Okay, nice. All I have are my ash spawn mages to kill retreating units. So I have to be ready for these guys to run, and then I have to hit them with my ash spawn. In fact, maybe after okay, these guys are dealt with. Everyone fall back, just run away, preferably like back to there, and then we'll start hitting that general unit with my ash spawn as soon as possible. I think that's how we're gonna do it. So just leave them be. They're gonna. We don't need them inflicting any more casualties than they've already inflicted, if at all possible. Just run away. Why am I still losing units here? Okay, yeah, they're falling back. Awesome. That's perfect news for me. That means that they're gonna be wide open for my mages to hit. How far are they falling back? Are they just retreating from the battlefield as a whole? Is that what they're doing? I mean, that's fine by me. No, they're coming back. Okay, good. Yeah, just create some distance between us and them. And allow my mages as much time as possible to just finish them off so that they can't deal all these massive casualties to me. Let's look at these bodies. Look at this body count. So much white over there just from fighting that general's bodyguard. Yeah, they're really tough. And there he goes. Alright, the faction heir is dead. That's what I wanted to see. That was the really dangerous guy, I think. And yeah, we're just going to end the battle now. I don't think we can do anything further. 256. We did... Oh, it was a heroic victory as well. Alright, so Dagoth Milan gets his first heroic victory. That was a real heroic victory, too. That was a close one. I think the mages pretty much won that one for us, although it was a little bit hairy at times. If their bowmen had concentrated on our ash spawn and focus fired them down, I think they could have done better. Fortunately, they decided to focus on the wrong targets. What do we get here? Ash spawn heavy swordsman. Got some experience. Alright, whatever. Yeah, that faction leader or that faction heir was pretty darn tough, his general's bodyguard. I have to take a look next time I run into one of their general's bodyguard and see if they have 2 hit points, or whether that was just something that was added by the faction heir being in that group. And, of course, we execute them. Oh, ooh. Do we have an enslave option? We should have enslaved them. We should enslave the enslaves. Or enslave the slavers. That would be a good choice. I don't know if that's an option in this game, though. It might just be, oh no, they're doubling up on Dagoth Milan here. Now the rebels are coming out. They sensed a weakness now that we've taken some hits, some knocks from the Dres, and they're coming at us as well. All right, we're just gonna let's see what they have to fight against. They have Silt Striders. That's not good news. We're just gonna have to berserk them as quickly as possible, and then as soon as we berserk their Silt Striders, we can concentrate our mages on the rest of their units as they advance. That's gonna be what we're gonna have to do. But then again, they're attacking from inside the city, so we might be able to focus fire them down in the gateway. That would be the best possible scenario, because then we could get tons, like, remember that bridge battle from a little while ago? If we could get that situation going on with mages, we can deal some vast amounts of casualty before they even get out of the city. Okay, unfortunately this is not a traditional battle. They're walking out of one of these places and their gate is on the other side, so I'm not going to be able to focus fire them on the gate. On the bright side, they have a longer distance to run to reach me because they have to go out the gate on this side and then all the way through and run up here. So maybe it will serve to our advantage. Let's go ahead and line up. How do I want to do this? I guess I'll run my mages over here really quickly. Run these guys. Let's do our traditional balance out the forces a little bit. We'll send these guys out in front of the mages to protect them. Yeah, everybody run, please. And let's start the battle, see how it goes. And yeah, I dropped the siege equipment already. Good. They all just have their useless siege equipment sitting there. It's like, oh, the wallless city, we better build some siege towers. Alright, here we go. They're all packed up in a group here too, so we might be able to get some good shots off. I want to hit those Silt Strider riders ASAP. I need them out of the fight. No, not the Spear Militia, the Silt Strider riders. There we go. If I could berserk them right there, that would be perfect news, because they're all in a congested area. But it looks like they're going to get out in front. Ooh, if I could get them right around here too, that might help too, because then they'll be in front of the gate, their only escape from the city. This might actually work out really well for us if we can get these guys berserked. Okay, they're just not firing at this point. I'm not sure what that's about. I'm going to switch my target, because I can't just be affording to waste time trying to fire at someone that they won't shoot at. So we're just going to fire into this clump right here, I think. That should be doable, yes? Are you going to fire, or what are you doing? Are they doing anything? They're just kind of sitting there. Okay, well, let's move them out in front and see if that helps. Okay, they're getting ready. There we go, much better. Okay, they just couldn't fire over our guys for some reason. Maybe they were a little bit too close. That's fine. In that case, can they now hit these Silt Striders? Yes, okay, awesome. So we'll just fire at them until they... Yes, okay, awesome. And now they're rampaging. That means they're out of the battle, and they're inside the city, so they'll only deal damage to the opponent, more so than me. Now I can start concentrating fire at the rest of these troops just kind of wandering around. They are leaving the city, coming at us, finally. They are having a little bit of trouble figuring out how to do it, it looks like, but they are managing slightly. Now the exit is blocked off by the Silt Striders, so they're going to be trapped inside the city. Okay, this actually worked out to our advantage, it looks like. Maybe I didn't even need to wait these guys out. If I had realized it was this kind of a fortress, then I might have just been able to attack straight on and win the battle, but oh well. We'll take what we can get. Yeah, they're having some serious issues figuring out how to leave their little city here. Or maybe they're just scared too. I'm going to say they're just scared too. They're probably scared of these rampaging Silt Striders out the front gate. Alright, ammo's all used up, and now we have to get inside the town, kind of sneak past these rampaging Silt Striders to take out the rest of these guys, so that we can win the battle. They're kind of walking in our direction, unfortunately. So let's just go away, not tempt them. This is... playing chicken with some Silt Striders here. It's unfortunate. Yeah, walk that way. Now just run. Run past them quickly before they notice us. Nice. Okay, good. Oh, where did you come from? Oh, that's the ash spawn. You can just stay out there. We don't need you. We don't need you in close quarters combat. Now these guys can just run in and challenge these militiamen in combat. No problem. And yep, they're wandering off. They're just screwing off. Wonderful. And, yeah, attack in that direction. You guys can go in that direction, why not? We'll just kind of chase them around the city. They're already running away. Let's get to these archers who are just kind of standing there firing arrows at us. That's unfortunate that they can just fire through the building. Yep, and that'll be pretty much it. We're going to take a few casualties from those archers since we're weak to arrows, but should still be fine. You can go around the other way. Where are you going? Yeah, pathfinding in here is not great. Can't quite find our way. Let's slow this down a little bit so I can actually see what's happening. They're attacking from this side. They should be pushing around this way, but they're just not moving. It looks like they're stuck in the ground or something. There we go. Is there someone in here as well? Yeah, we got another Ash Zombie force stuck inside of the gate as well. There we go. Now they're moving. Where's the general at? They're stuck in the ground. Keep moving. Support these guys, if you will. Are you moving in the right direction? Alright, yeah. Oh, there we go. Now they're moving in the right direction. Okay. And these guys should be coming around the other side. Yes. They are moving. Alright, awesome. Everyone's moving. Good news. Fortunately, I can't order them to actually attack, because if I order them to attack a unit, they start running in the opposite direction. I have to order them to move to the ground behind the units, and then they'll do it. So, yeah, little tips, I suppose. You need tricks in order to command your forces here. Sometimes zombies just don't quite understand. It's the downside of being a necromancer, I suppose. This isn't exactly necromancy, but it's close enough. It's like divine necromancy. And finally, these guys make it into combat. They have to run all the way around to like the very far corner of the level in order to get past this building. Strange, but whatever. They're fighting now. Alright, we're pushing through from two ends now. making solid progress. It looks like these are going to be their toughest units, the Order of War Spearmen, kind of the remnants of the Tribunal professional armies that were in this town, probably defending Sotha before he just vanished on them. And the rest of them are militia, I believe, yeah. So we'll see how these guys hold up. That'll be the big fight. Yeah, but 2 times speed. We've taken control of the city already. I don't think that matters, though. I think they're going to be dead long before we actually capture that. Yeah, the last of the spearmen, I think, is just fallen. Now these guys can move on and kill whatever's left. Who is left? I guess these guys? Morrowind Spear Militia just kind of standing in the square instead of helping their buddies over there. And they're taking out the last guy over there. He goes... No, he's not down yet. He's hanging in there. Well done, Archer Militia. Well done. Oh, there he goes. Now he's down. And is this the last survivor? I think this is the very last survivor. So everyone go for him. Come on, you're supposed to be hitting him in the back of the head. Alright, there we go. End battle. Victory. Someone ran away. Oh, right. No, the Silt Striders still technically exist down there. So yeah, end battle. It's another heroic victory. That's 2 heroic victories for Captain Milan in 1 turn, and both of them were him being attacked. He lost 22 men that time. 22 is not bad at all, especially considering how much we were struggling to move around inside the city. And a lot of experience gained. He gains his own personal first chevron of experience. His general's bodyguards, the bodyguards of Milan, Dagoth Milan, and then Ashspawn Swordsman. A couple of them get 1 point as well. How many casualties have we healed? Fair amount, I guess. Not as much as I would have liked, but oh well. And we exterminate Davon's Watch, of course, just in case Sotha was hiding out there as a civilian, maybe trying to avoid our wrath. He is now definitely dead. Dagoth Vemin the Honorable. A benefactor who, Vemin the Honorable, huh? We have an honorable Ash Vampire in our ranks. Interesting. Dagoth Vemin the Honorable, who is it? Dagoth Garez. 5 loyalty, 6 loyalty, my bad. And piety. He's not so great, honestly, but, we're looking for all the generals we can get at this point. Where is Vemin? I don't know where Dagoth Vemin is stationed right now. I'll have to look for him. And then right where we just captured Davon's Watch is going to build a Thieves Guild right off the bat. So yeah, absolutely, we could use some spies down here for sure. My relation with the Great House Lalo is now apparently so-so. I guess they didn't dislike me nearly as much as I thought. And Dagoth Milan, for his 2 heroic victories last turn, has added a veteran warrior to his retinue. That's +1 to personal security and +1 to command when commanding infantry. So he did get at least a little reward out of that. Anything else interesting here? Proven commander, cruel and cunning, aspiring commander. Ooh, who is that? Uthol. +2. Interesting. Cool. Okay, well, anyways, that's the biggest thing. Dagoth Milan wins his victories and gains a warrior. Let's see that warrior. Oh, and we also counter the town, of course. I forgot about that. Since we did, we'll go ahead and build an altar of visions in there immediately. Get that religion flowing. Milan, what's he at now? 4 command. It'll be 5 when commanding infantry, which is basically all the time with this faction. It's basically 5 command. 5 dread. Oh, he's so dreaded. Alright, so he's getting better. He might be... Actually, he already is. He's kind of our southern general. We're relying on him already. What did he start out? I think he was 2 command last turn when we were fighting those battles. So he jumped up 2 command +1 for commanding infantry, I suppose. Or maybe that's already added. I'm not sure how that works. Maybe it's already calculated. My assassin moving south here has discovered another Dres stronghold. Large town, Muthgner at war. That's a full stack army in there, it looks like. Yep. Mostly militia. Not very strong, but a full stack army nonetheless. Led by their new faction heir, full up on dread. Wow. He's as dreaded as Dagoth Interesting. He's not very good otherwise, though. We only have a 13% chance to actually take this guy out with our... This is our best assassin? Yeah, a 10 subterfuge assassin. So, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. What's his bodyguard look like? Are they just general bodyguard there? Oh, they do have 2 hit points. There we go. Alright, so the Dres general's bodyguards do have 2 hit points, which does make them a lot tougher than I originally thought with that 14-16 stat line there. Yeah. So they're a little bit dangerous. Not as dangerous as the Telvanni Masters. Not nearly as dangerous as them, but still something to keep an eye out for. And then there's yet another Dres army moving up north here to take on, it looks like, Dagoth Muthas.
Yes.
Let's move up our priest wall a little bit, kind of get some views on this. Not the strongest of forces, it looks like. I think we can take these guys out. There are no 2 hit point generals with them. So, yeah, I think I will happily skirmish with them. Let's see if they'll accept a fight, and they will. Let's get a closer look at what they have here. Just Dres light infantry, 9/9s, not as good as my base units, but they do have a lot of them. And archers are basically just archer militias, that's fine. They do have some Dres bowmen, 1 unit of Dres bowmen, so they do have superior missile fire for the most part, except for my 1 unit of mages. But I have some cavalry to chase them down, and some ash zombies, so mainly I just had to deal with these close-up. Ooh, they do have Dres slave hunters. How are these guys looking? These are their, like, specialty unit. Oh, and they have, like, the classic bone mold armor from Morrowind too. Attack 16, they only have 1 hit point. 100, their upkeep is really low, surprisingly. 16 attack, 17 defense, so very good, very strong. Only 47 of them. We'll see how it goes. Let's face them on the field of battle and see just how good they actually are. I think I just jumped through there really quick. Let me take a look at their Dres Javelineers as well. 14 missile damage, but they're javelins, so they don't have very long range. Melee attack 11, it's 11, they're 11-12, so they're not very good. They're just slightly better than my base zombie units, plus they can rout. So I'm not too scared about this. Yep, we'll fight this. Alright, we're deploying up on the hill, of course. And we're going to take advantage of our ranged units. Who should we target? I don't know, it's just a massive blob of units. I suppose right there would be nice. That's their Javelineers. A little bit dangerous, plus they're in a blob, so we can get some collateral damage going on. They are quite fast, I gotta say. They're very fast indeed. Faster than my base zombies, I think. But not as fast as my ash zombies, I'm pretty sure. So, they are going to make it up to us pretty quickly. Yeah, these guys are surprisingly fast for being heavily armored javelin men. But whatever. So they're going to run straight up to us, and it looks like they're going to start skirmishing. In that case, I'm going to move down my cavalry and my ash zombies to the flanks to try and maybe get a little bit of flank off, and I'll support up on the front line with my general. They are going to go for a ranged attack. Okay, that's fine. And who are these guys? These are the javelin men. We're just going to keep firing into the midst of these guys, I suppose, and get as much collateral damage going on as we can. Is anyone firing at my mages? I hope they're not. I might have to push the front line up a little bit if they decide to move up and try to skirmish with the mages. Then I'll have to chase them away. They are going to go ahead. Their archer militia are moving up to kind of take on these Ashlanders, which is fascinating. I don't know why they'd be doing that. We're going to go ahead and move these Ash Zombies around behind their force, because we have plenty of infantry here, I think, to hold the line against this attack, especially since they seem hesitant to even attack in the first place. So that's no problem. Now, what else are we facing here? Move fire over to here, I think. These guys can stand to take a few blows. Maybe weaken that center line a little bit.
If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Victory will be ours. All we have to do is remain true and steadfast. Alright, let's get a charge in the flank. It is kind of broken by the woods a bit, but oh well. We'll just take what we can get. And these guys can just go ahead and charge those archers at this point. Kind of drive them away. That would be nice. General can move up as well. These guys are actually... My zombies are behind them, so that's fine. They can catch those guys. I don't want to leave these guys undefended. I'm going to keep one of those units of Ash Zombies. Or, go ahead and attack the Dreslight Infantry. One of these Ash Swordsmen. So many Ashes. Ash Swordsmen back. That's one unit. They can move up in the flank. I don't really want to take them on head on with one unit of Ash Zombies if I can help it. They're routing already. Awesome. Alright, and their captain is gone, and since some of them are routing already, that might just trigger a train rout. Yep, they're routing. Now they're routing. These guys are not routing, but they're not really a threat since they're melee units, and they've just decided to run way off onto the side of the battlefield for some reason, so by all means, they can stick over there while I kill the rest of their soldiers. So then they can chase them down. It's just a mass rout in the center line. These guys can move back. Who else is still standing? They're still fighting, I think? Yeah. So they can move over there to assist with that line. And these guys just kind of stay back and defend the ash spawn against these units that are not routing in case they decide to attack from the left flank. And they're fighting to the death, and that's unfortunate. I didn't intend to make that happen. I guess just our general can go and fight these light infantrymen. That doesn't seem like too big of a threat. And then go ahead and send the ash spawn over there to take care of the rest. And we'll go ahead and hit him with a couple volleys with our Ashbond mages before our soldiers get there. Hopefully soften them up a little bit, make them easier to take out, and just chase down some stragglers with Ash zombies in the meantime. That should be good. Yep, and our Ashbond are already chasing down the stragglers on their own without even being told to, so wonderful. Anyone left? Might as well send some cavalry after them, even though the cavalry is super slow. I could end the battle, but I don't really want to. I don't want them sticking around. I want to finish them off as much as possible. Alright, so there we go. Battle over, and they're all routing. It's a mass rout at this point. Now I just have to chase down as many as I can. And our heroic generals continue to be heroic. 26 men lost to 1,570 killed. Okay. Ashlanders actually gained experience. Yeah, I guess that would make sense since they managed to get that nice charge into that light infantry unit on the right flank. So that was a nice one then. How many kills did they get? They sustained a couple casualties. They won that fight pretty handily. Good. And then the Ashlanders are kind of a pretty weak unit compared to the rest of my units, but it's nice to see them succeeding. No, sadly there is no enslave option to enslave the slavers. And the slave hunters, I do have them, so that's too bad that I can't enslave the slave hunters. But I can ransom them, release them, or execute them, so we're just going to execute. There we go. And the Dres probably hate me, and he becomes more dreaded. +4 dread, wonderful. Relations worsened with the House Dres, even more. Okay, I mean, they attacked us first, we just re-attacked them. It's not my fault that we are stronger than they are. And yes, Dagoth Muthas has now 6 units of dread. I don't know what you call those things. Skulls? 6 skulls of dread. So he's actually the Lord of Balmora. He does still hold that title. How about the guy I currently have in charge of Balmora? What about him? Is he not the Lord of Balmora? No, he can't be the Lord of Balmora because, oh, this poor guy Dagoth Gilvoth, even though he's the one managing Balmora, the actual true Lord of Balmora is just down here fighting in the southern conflict. Yeah, that's true. Dagoth Muthas is going to be the Lord of Balmora because he was originally the first guy we sent down here after we conquered it, and he was feeling unappreciated just governing Balmora, so we sent Gilvoth, who is our original watchtower dude who built all of these. We sent him back towards, you can actually see his path, that's interesting. Follow the watchtowers around, and he followed that path back, it looks like, to Balmora, where he gave his army to Dagoth Muthas, and the rest is history. Dagoth Muthas has become like our secondary general behind Dagoth Speaking of Dagoth let's go ahead and land his force immediately. And I can't quite attack yet. That's a shame. I really would have liked to take that this turn. And then next turn, or if I took it this turn, then I could start building watchtowers immediately and start sending Dagoth Muthas down. That would really help us out, so I don't have to start sending him all over the place, like down and back and down and back. We'll go ahead and train another spy in Davon's watch, though, now that we have a guild there. And we already have a diplomat, I think. Yeah, so no need to train another diplomat here yet. What down here? This is a Hlalu city. Interesting. Our wall of priests is making it. How about you? Dagoth, there's another Dagoth Muthas. Oh, he's named himself after the real Dagoth Muthas over here. Dagoth Muthas the Merciless now. He's even gained a title. Wonderful. So yeah, we have another Dagoth Muthas the priest now. Rales, Odros. Yeah, these are all like clones of generals that I have lying around somewhere. So blockade port mission should be complete. I guess we'll see whether they actually accept that. Oh, also, I don't have a watchtower here. I'm going to go ahead and send this guy out on a little expedition. It's just bugging me that down here on the minimap there's a little spot there. I can't see it because it's red. Oh, maybe there's not a spot anymore. Well, whatever. I'm going to build a watchtower here anyways. Build watchtower. And you can train Ashlanders if you want to, but you don't really need them. So anyways, next turn he'll make it back to the city. West Felmus. Oh, of course there wasn't a dark spot because he was standing there revealing the fog of war for us. Well, when he wasn't standing there, I'm almost certain that there was like a dark spot in the middle of these mountains that was just bugging me. And on the map, if you look at the mini-map on the bottom left, like parts we don't see turns up a different color than parts we do have mapped out with watchtowers and stuff. So it's just OCD. I want it all to be the same color. And our assassin Dagoth Vaynor might be able to make it to Darius the Cuck this turn. Mission success. Alright, well done. Our assassins are having great luck right now. So there is Darius the Cuckold down. And now all of the generals of the Imperial Legion in Vardenfell and possibly in all of Morrowind. Let me check to make sure. I believe they're... Oh, wait, no, they might have one more down here. I think one of these unknown units is a general, because I remember when I sent the dude to negotiate, he was negotiating with a general instead of Ebonheart Castle. So yeah, that might be one more general down here. How about you? What chance do you have of... Oh no, there's no general here. Huh. What was I, who was I talking to then? I was sure there was a general here that I was talking to with my... Where's my diplomat? I had a diplomat around here somewhere. Is he in here? Yeah, one of these diplomats. Send him down here. Yeah, Varus Ventinius. He is there. Let's try a bribe again. He's gonna reject that again. And I can't assassinate him. Oh, I can try. It's a 5% chance to succeed. How good is this assassin? He's okay. Do I just go for it? I mean, I can train more assassins around here basically anytime I want at this point. Let's just go for it. 5% chance to succeed. He's probably gonna die, but if Dagoth Voron succeeds, then he will have achieved eternal glory. It's worth it. If he dies, then he dies with honor. He dies with honor. Okay, it was a solid attempt. Oh, war! Yes. Okay, awesome. Great House Dagoth, the Imperial Legion has declared war on us. That's wonderful. Okay, now how about their that means that we can move in and start attacking them. Wonderful. Okay, the war is finally open. Have we managed to actually drag them into war without fighting all their allies? We have. I didn't know it worked like that. I don't think they hated me sending that assassin so much that they declared war on me. So we have provoked the Imperial Legion into war, and now we can fight them on our own terms without all their allies coming to fight us or to kind of take revenge or whatever. So Ebonheart Castle, eh? Ebonheart Castle, eh? Who should I send to take Ebonheart Castle? And we're gonna have to besiege them this turn. Dagoth Dralis is the Lord of Vivek, so he can stay in Vivek. Dagoth Velos, he's a 4/4, a 3/3. I'm gonna send Dagoth Velos because he's our best general as we have it right now. And I'm gonna start training, I think, a couple more Dreamer Swordsmen and some Dreamer Spearmen here as well in those next 3 turns in case I need them. I don't know how strong the Imperials are. I can always cancel them if I don't need them. So anyways, Dagoth Velos, move up here to the border, and we'll aid you with a couple of units here. How many do you think you'll need to take the Imperial Fortress? Can we build catapults? We might need them because that might be a citadel. It's only a castle. No, it's a fortress. That means it's going to have 2 layers of defense probably. So we'll want some ladders for sure. We can't just go all siege towers. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to go with this force, I think. Do I have any, I don't have any mages, so this might be a little bit risky. It looks like they have some town guards and stuff, which are, oh, I can see their stats. Okay, 3/8, they're not very strong. I don't know about these light legionnaires. Ooh, there they are, I can see theirs too. 10/13, so they're a little bit better, but we have them outclassed. And their spearmen, I'm guessing, are about as, light legionnaire spearmen, I'm guessing, are about as good as the light legionnaires. So, according to what we can see right now in this force, we should have the advantage with our troop quality. I'm going to send, just in case, 1 more unit up there to help out. And I'm going to lay siege to Ebonheart Castle right now. And I will build... What should I build? 1 ram and a bunch of ladders, I think. We're going to maintain that siege for the time being. Hopefully, what's going to happen is they're going to send this massive army to reinforce Ebonheart Castle and fight us out in the field. And then we won't have to fight them in the walls. And I think we can win that battle with the force we have here, hopefully. And if not, we have some more reinforcements being trained in Vivek right now to help reinforce. So, what's that retraining? I don't know what that's about. It says we can retrain generals' bodyguards, but we can't. So, oh well. Oh, and our cog is ready too. Or Hulk, I guess. I'm only building Hulks now. I'm phasing out the cogs. So now, when we need to send reinforcements over here, which we actually don't need to right now because Dagon Milan has won those battles, surprisingly. Kind of made a name for himself. But we now have the ship, so we can send reinforcements over when we need to. So that's nice. Okay, and we're at 59 minutes. It's been a little bit too long. It's almost an hour long. So I have to cut the episode here. But now we are officially at war with the Tamriel Empire, and we can drive them out of our lands without reserve. We've managed to incite them into a conflict without actually drawing their allies into it yet. We'll see if all of their allies join that war next turn, or what's going to happen. But for right now, we're only at war with the Empire, which is the ideal situation. So we're fighting them. We can finally enter open conflict and drive them out of Vardenfell once and for all, and out of Morrowind. And then down here, Dagoth Milan has just driven the Dres back. They threw everything they had in him, and it wasn't enough, and the rebels joined them, and it still wasn't enough. And he drove them back with several heroic victories in a row and gained a veteran warrior as a kind of a reward for that. I guess that veteran warrior was very impressed with his command ability and decided he had potential, decided to join his retinue. And then down here, we have this tag team of Dagoth Muthas and Dagoth Oh, there he is. He's not in the ship anymore. And Dagoth laying siege to this Dres. I guess now it's Dres. It used to be Tribunal, and then, or it used to be Rebel, and then before that was Tribunal. Now it's the Dres city of the former Tribunal capital. It's not just called Dres Huge City. What is this thing called? Taldeck Fortress. There it is down there. So we have Dagoth going to lay siege to that next turn. Dagoth Muthas, he can reinforce if he's really needed, but he just wants to hang out up there for now. And then maybe the priest wall can start coming forward a little bit, though. And then he can start building his watchtowers once we have this territory, and we'll start covering this area so we can see everything. Unfortunately, Dagoth wasn't able to make it here quite this turn, so we'll have to wait until next turn in order to take that Taldeck Fortress. And I'm suspecting that the Hlalu will come down here, and the Dres will come down here, and they'll all attack him, and I'll have to... Dagoth will have to defend himself against that force. But I'm pretty confident this force is a pretty strong force, and I think he can defend himself against what they have to offer in this area. And then up in the north, Dagoth Uthol is prepared. Should I add an assassin? No, he's got to get going. He doesn't have time to train any more dudes. So Dagoth Uthol is prepared. He's going to go ahead and join these forces. And they're going to start heading north to crush the rebellion in Al-Velothi. And then, if, I don't know, we might be delayed in the reinforcement front down here now that we've entered war with the Imperials. But when they can get their reinforcements up, they're going to drive by boat or sail by boat up north and rejoin that force with some reinforcements, some heavy infantry reinforcements from Vivek. And then from there, we can head up north and start, setting our eyes on Solstheim up to the... Are these the lands that we're supposed to be reconquering? I know Dagoth wants to reconquer like some ancient stolen lands. I think that was on Solstheim and some down here that were taken by the Argonians. I don't know which lands exactly those are. I'll have to look it up, which lands we need to take back before we start pushing out of Morrowind. Anyways, that's going to happen. Suddenly there's a whole bunch going on now that we're at war with the Imperials. We've got a war in the middle, a war in the south, and a war about to happen in the north. So that's we got to cut the episode off here, and that's for the next episode. And thanks for sticking with me. I'll see you then.